You know, now that InXile and Obsidian have been, they were bought by Microsoft, it's only natural for both of those companies to make far worse games. And actually, both of them are going to go bankrupt. They just got bought, but actually, Microsoft's going to dissolve them instantly and just steal their assets. They're going to steal their IPs. Everything's going to go straight down the toilet. Microsoft's so evil. They just bought these companies. They're not even going to be able to make what they really want to make. Oh my God, shut up. It's one thing to make assumptions, but when the developers, the CEOs of these companies are coming out and saying, hey, here are the details of the deal. We are allowed to make whatever we want. They are giving us money to do whatever we want. We can now fly further and higher than ever before, and you guys still pull this crap. It's a problem. So InXile CEO came out and spoke about their acquisition by Microsoft. If you guys missed my last video about XO18, I did a video recapping everything that happened there, and part of that was the acquisition of 2 brand new studios. One of those studios was InXile Entertainment, a smaller studio responsible for games like Wasteland, A Bard's Tale, and more. This studio was founded by now CEO John Fargo, one of the creators of the original Fallout franchise. He hails from Interplay Entertainment, who Bethesda bought the Fallout rights from. So I guess John felt compelled to speak out on their acquisition. Much like Ninja Theory, they did have to explain themselves, which is actually kind of pitiful. Yes, Microsoft did make Rare make Kinect software for quite a while, but you guys have to understand that's a different Microsoft. I think they've proven that with their policies, their pro-consumer decisions. Their recent acquisition of 6 brand new studios, along with the creation of their mega studio, The Initiative, they have proven their commitment to games by spending well over $1 billion just getting their games initiative started. To call this Microsoft the Microsoft of 2007 or 2006 when they bought Rare is just ignorant. And until I see the new Microsoft do these things that so many people say they're going to do, like restrict InXile's creative ability, I'm not going to fearmonger at all. It's good news, not bad. And as a matter of fact, looking into the history of both InXile and Obsidian being independent in a market flooded with talent, they have both been under financial stress several times. Many would argue that both of these companies would have eventually gone under had Microsoft not picked them up. And I'm guessing Brian Fargo has also heard some of the fear-mongering because he's had to go onto Twitter and address the acquisition publicly. Brian says, I can understand the natural skepticism of seeing small companies bought up. We've all seen some subsequently dismantled after. Our deal with Microsoft allows InXile to grow and dream like never before. This is a wonderful thing for our future. Now let's compare and contrast that with what Ninja Theory have also said about joining the Microsoft family.
And we were told that there was no future for developers like us, too big to be indie and too small to be truly AAA. We had to tell our team that we were facing annihilation, and so we had to find another way. When Microsoft approached us, it was totally unexpected and not something that we were really looking to do. Nevertheless, they asked us what our goals and ambitions were as a studio in an ideal world. And so we said, we want to be free from the AAA machine and make games focused on the experience, not around monetization. We want to take bigger creative risks and create genre-defining games without the constant threat of annihilation. We want to make our own games our own way and not be told what to make and how to make it.
He said ham.
And above all, we want to protect our team, our culture and identity, because that, in essence, is Ninja Theory. In short, we asked for full creative independence, and I remember thinking at the time that this is going to be the end of that conversation.
Instead, they said you can have all of that, and if you so choose, our marketing teams, support teams, research and technology groups are at your disposal to supercharge your efforts to do more of what you want to do and how you want to do it.
And they invited us to visit all of their game studio heads and talk to them one-on-one to see for ourselves, so we did.
Hellblade was created with a small team of just 20 people and extremely limited resources. Imagine what we can now achieve with our whole team of 100 people, backed by Microsoft, focused purely on Ninja Theory's vision.
I'm now convinced that this is an opportunity for us to jump years ahead to aim higher than we've ever dared to really fly without the threat of falling down that has held us back so much in the past.
Notice any similarities there? It's almost like they have the same story. It's almost like Microsoft approached them and said, hey, we want to give you the tools to make the games you want to make, because we need the games that you want to make. Microsoft are taking your complaints. Hey, you guys need more games. We've all talked about it. They do need more first-party content. And they've done what they need to do. You have to have studios to have games. So, they've literally over doubled their creative talent in the last 6 months. They have literally doubled the amount of studios since E3, which is something people aren't talking about. And instead, they're wondering why they're not getting announcements from studios that were just acquired a few months ago. The reality of the situation is, you're not going to get any new announcements from most of these studios for quite a while. There's going to be a little bit of jet lag here. And you'll probably hear first from somebody like Ninja Theory. Wasteland 3, the game on your screen, is inXile's next project. This project isn't too far off. You could see this very soon, but I'm pretty sure they already have commitments to release this on PlayStation 4, things like that. So their next game will be a true exclusive. Much like We Happy Few, this game will actually hit the PlayStation 4 as well. And like I said, on screen is Wasteland 3. I think the game looks really good visually. Now, if you're into that original Fallout 1, Fallout 2 style top-down RPG-driven action, that's going to be a case-by-case basis. And I guarantee you I'm going to have one or two guys in the comments saying, nobody wants to play a game like this, and they're sitting there playing Gravity Rush. You have to understand that we all have our own tastes, and some people may find this very interesting. But nevertheless, I think the CEO of inXile's comments are very interesting. He had to come out and kind of clarify some of the stupidity he is reading. You gotta understand, these guys went from having very little money, their last game was essentially Kickstarter backed, to now being part of one of the biggest companies in the history of the world. Can you imagine being so starved of funds that you can't create the thing that you're trying to make? And then being bought out by Microsoft, told you can make whatever you want, you have full creative autonomy, here's a ton of money that you've never seen before, have at it, deliver us a quality product. I think that's worth commending, not spreading stupid conspiracy theories about. So, let me know what you guys think down below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, maybe learned something here today. Share this with a buddy or two. Really guys, when you guys share the videos, it really helps more than anything, especially videos like this. They're not necessarily a big, huge hot topic, but I did think it was interesting. I figured I'd take the time to make a video on it. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe if you're new. Check out my last video on XO18. All of that information there. Big video. Also, check out Zalker87's video on this. If you don't know who that is, he is part of RDX Podcast, Real Deal Xbox Podcast. We do that every single Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And he's actually going to release a video on this as well. I will have that linked down below when it is available. So check that out. Subscribe to him. And once more, subscribe here. I'm Dealer. I'm out.